Are we on? Are we on? Are we fucking on? It says it's starting. I think we're on.
Yeah, we're on.
Now, probably not going to get anybody into the chat room, but just in case, let's start off soft with a little question. Let's start off like last time. What's the last good movie let's not even say that. What's the last movie you saw, and was it good, or was it a complete piece of shit, and why? Hit me.
Shit, what was the last movie we saw?
I don't know, but you need to talk louder. Last movie we saw together was I, Tanya.
Yeah, that was the last one I saw. And it was pretty damn good.
Yeah, man. That's it.
That's it.
Leave it at that. Yeah, I love that movie, man. It instantly became like one of my fucking favorites. Like, it's gonna be like one of those that's gonna be in my top 10 for a while, unless something awesomer deposes it, usurps its throne, if you will. But what was your favorite part of it?
I like how it kind of does the whole story thing, you know, like through the
biopic.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It's one of those that you want to continue. Want it to continue. You know what I mean? It ends and you're like, yeah, that's pretty good, and it went by really quick, even though it's like 2 hours long.
Yeah.
So I think that is literally my favorite part of it. Just that it doesn't feel like it's so long, the way it's done. That being said, I think the comedic aspects of it and the writing is probably the best part, and what makes it feel so quick.
Yeah, it was one of the best scripts I've experienced, I guess, for lack of better words.
Yeah.
In a while. It was awesome. It reminded me a lot of a Cohen Brothers movie in a lot of ways, but with its own, of course, you know, little unique qualities. But yeah, that was pretty great, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Enjoyed it myself. I think Allison Janney as LaVonna Harding was pretty badass.
Yeah, she was pretty great.
But I think the award, I think she got an award.
Yeah, I think so.
Shows that, so I bet you Margot Robbie's like, oh,
yeah,
this is great. This was supposed to be my project.
Pretty cool, and I got...
Hey Al, how's it going, man? Everything good over there? We're just talking about the last good movies we saw. What's the last good movie you saw, man? The last good movie I saw one yesterday that I've been wanting to see for a while, but for some reason I would always avoid seeing it. Mm-hmm. So I guess I didn't really want to see it. But it was... let us know if the sound is good, by the way, Al. It was Ninja Assassin. I don't know if you ever wanted to see that or not.
I heard about it, but I was never like, oh, I'll see this.
Yeah, I was kind of off-put by the idea and yet attracted to it because the director is what's called James McTeague, who did V for Vendetta. Joe Bob Briggs is the boy. I was still having trouble with the feeds on Joe Bob Briggs. Are you watching on Shudder, or are you just watching Joe Bob in general?
I think he's watching on Shudder. I saw him yell at his TV last night, and it was pretty funny.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, Ninja Assassin, man. It was a really cool movie. Kind of a blend of a kung fu movie, which it should be, and anime style action. Like not to the degree of silliness, but definitely in terms of the amount of blood being spouted, and it's very... The blood thing is either going to turn you on or turn you off because it's not realistic looking blood, and it's everywhere, but it kind of lends to the style of it.
Was it like CG or...
Yeah, it's CG.
Oh.
But it's stylized. It's not just CG just because.
Yeah.
But I think, even though I really, really enjoyed the movie, I think the thing that kept it from being 100% awesome was that you could tell that the studio was probably afraid that this was going to be only Asians in the movie. So they kind of stuck in a couple of, white folk in there. And which is fine, but they feel like they don't belong in the movie. Like
it's
they
like
were
with the Godzilla thing, the original one, where they...
Yeah, where they're just like, okay, well, that's interesting.
Let's bring in a white guy.
And they weave it in there, but, it still feels extraneous and unnecessary. It would have been 100 times cooler, which, don't get me wrong, it was really cool. It would have been 100 times cooler if it was just the kung fu movie that it was supposed to be. But it was actually really fun. It was really enjoyable. Lots of cool action. Shockingly bloody. And, yeah, real fun, man. Now, the next question is, what's the last good... again, skipping that, good or not. What's the last piece of music you heard? Not including what we just heard right now, because that would kind of be a cheat, unless you want to make it that. What's the last piece of music you heard? Be it an album or just a single piece of music.
Look,
and was it good or did it suck?
I'm not even gonna lie. I was listening to his last night, and it was the last song I heard before I went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same song that I mentioned last time. So I'm just gonna give you the second to last one.
Okay.
And it was freaking Man O' War.
Okay, which one?
Damn, what's it called?
You actually mean the aquatic sea creature.
No, that cool ass song that's badass from him, and I can't remember the name of that one.
Warriors of the...
Yes, Warriors of the World.
Yeah, Warriors of the World.
Yeah.
Just because?
It was random on my...
Oh, okay. And you replayed it 100 times.
Dude, I'm not even gonna lie, that freaking song's pretty epic. I know Manowar's kind of corny, but they got some epic tunes.
I was listening to... What the hell was I listening to? It was a cover of Man O' War. Oh, yeah, for Arch Enemy. From one of their EPs. I mean, from one of their LPs. That was kind of cool.
So when someone does Man O' War, someone else does Man O' War, you're all in?
No, I like Man O' War. I'm just saying it was a cool cover. Last good... well, I spent all day listening to Mushroom Head, catching up, so I guess that's my answer.
Yeah.
And
I guess, but yeah, mine would be too.
Yeah, but you know...
Yeah, not counting that.
For the sake of not something we just, you know...
Literally just saw
the
TV.
A second ago. Anyway, what the fuck was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, are we going to do these questions? What are we going to do first? You want to do the questions first?
Yeah, I think we should start with the questions. I think it's just Al right now.
Thunderstruck by AC/DC. What's your opinion, Al? Do you think that all AC/DC songs basically sound the same or not?
I think they
That's
do.
a big discussion in the music community in general, not just the metal community.
I think they do.
But it is a great song, by the way. Fucking Thunderstruck is awesome.
Yeah. I just... the problem with AC/DC for me is that after a while, like, I can't listen to them for over, like, 3 songs.
Yeah, they just keep on...
It eventually gets grating. You're like, alright, dude.
It's because... You know what it is? It's Brian Johnson's vocals.
Yeah. Nothing against
No,
them.
it's just, they kind of... It just kind of become one big song.
Amorphous blob
Yeah.
of music.
But we do like AC/DC, and Thunderstruck is a great song, especially when it's in shitty-ass movies from Stephen King called Maximum Overdrive.
I like that little the beginning.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty classic.
Before you start singing.
Sounds horrible when you do it, but
yeah.
there you go. Let me see. Al says he thinks that to an extent. I think everybody pretty much, whether they like AC/DC or not, agrees that they kind of all the songs kind of sound the same. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's what's going on.
That's pretty much what's going on.
Anyway, let's start with question number 1.
Feel free to
answer along.
Al.
Let's see. On a scale of 1 through 10, how strict are or were your parents? Now, we have the same parents, obviously,
Yeah.
but I think we can actually answer this separately because it's a world of difference, in my opinion. But anyway, what would you say?
I think the way it was for me was, as long as you don't get yourself in trouble, you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty much it. Like, they'll leave you to your own devices as long as you don't do something stupid.
Right.
If you do something stupid, you're gonna get a varita to the ass.
Mm-hmm.
But I generally kept away from trouble, so it was, do your own thing, basically.
Al says 6-ish, which is a fairly moderate.
Oh yeah, it's a scale of 1 to 10, so I guess mine would be like a 3.
3, yeah.
Unless you do something stupid, then varitas to the ass.
It just depended on what, but I would say a fair. I think 6 would be my takeaway too, but not in the sense like Al says his mom was very critical rather than strict.
Yeah.
Well, in my case, they more or less set a standard of behavior that I had that they expected me to follow, and if I walked outside those parameters, then there would be repercussions. But the repercussions weren't like they weren't the standards. You know, they weren't you know, grounding or anything like that. It was just kind of like a general feeling of disappointment, which is 10 times worse in my opinion when somebody feels disappointed in you. So yeah, I get in that respect. You know, it's the you never got the belt unless you. Well, let me tell you about Mexican homes.
You get the belt,
the boot, all kinds of ways to spank a person.
Yeah.
And you get it if you do something extremely stupid. And at that point, there is no limits to the amount of times you will fucking get hit.
It's pretty much go outside, grab a branch.
Yeah.
And take a beating.
Swipe it across your anus, and
even,
not in the cool way.
We don't even cry about it. It's just like, yeah, we deserved it. Shit.
After a while, your fucking legs were all calloused and shit.
Yeah.
You were just like, yeah, that hurt. Punished now.
Yeah.
Moving on, literally, and
unless you shat your pants multiple times, and then you would get a freaking broken ass shower curtain in the asshole like me.
I don't know what it has to do with punishment.
Oh, it was a punishment, trust me. My anus was hurting.
Let me see. Where's Guardian? I don't know, Celeste. He's supposed to drop by eventually. I think he's either dead, still at a party, or possibly, yes, as aforementioned, dead.
Yeah.
I don't know. He said he was going to drop by, so
he might come in.
That's why this empty area is right here.
Yeah.
So when he drops by, he'll be in this general vicinity.
If he drops by.
If he drops by. He's very inconsistent with the dropping by.
He really is.
This is fucking part. This is 1/3 his channel, and like the amount of support he shows for it is virtually non-existent. Let me see. Al says he just got yelled at constantly. Had to darn near kill someone to get hit. Well, that's good in some ways. Good, yeah. I mean, you look like a stand-up fella there, Al. You sure as hell do. So something went right somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to the question number 2. Who was your worst teacher and why? Let's just stick with why and you know, generalize who. I'll answer this one first. Mine was this asshole who was my what the fuck was he? This is how bad he was a teacher. I don't even remember what the hell he taught. But I had him in 11th grade, and it was for some advanced science, and I can't remember what the hell it was. Chemistry 1 million? I don't know what the fuck it was. He was a complete piece of freaking crap. This guy was such a bad teacher. One, he got caught groping. He got caught groping and peeping on girls.
Before it was common.
Before it was like everyday thing for everyone. 2, he would angle the you know where you dissect animals and stuff, the science tables, they have these mirrors on top. He would angle it so he could look down girls' you know, blouses. And everybody kind of knew what was up, so the girls would sit in the back. Yeah. So all he had to look at was my man cleavage.
Yeah, which you proudly displayed.
Oh, yeah, I had the low V cuts and
Yeah,
everything. It was nasty. not even I liked it.
It wasn't good.
But I wore it. But what he was most renowned for was for smoking them dubs out in the fucking parking lot. Yeah, he would hotbox in his car during lunch, come back smelling like fucking Snoop Dogg. Yeah. You know, in a pool. There was a wetness to it I can't explain.
What?
And this guy ended up getting suspended and eventually fired and then rehired. One time we found him passed out in the chemical closet.
What?
Not because of chemicals, but because he sucked so bad that he just, you know, he must have done something the night before because he was knocked out. And then we tried to wake him up and he was like, oh, just let me sleep, and bullshit the class away. All right, thanks, guy. So anyway, despite all that, he was intent on failing me because I didn't have the type of boobs that he wanted. And
you kept showing them to him.
Once I cut back on the V cut shirts,
you were fine.
He passed me because I don't want to say it's blackmail, because I'm not. Yeah, basically it was. Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna say, it's blackmail. It was class-wide blackmail. Okay. Everybody said, you're gonna pass us or we're gonna tell on you, and so he passed us all. Despite being one of the most difficult teachers, because 1, he taught like if you knew all this shit.
Yeah.
2, he barely fucking taught. So you were dead in the water. Before you answer, let's get to Al here. He says, never had a teacher I hated, but one teacher I laterally pulled a large ruler on like a lightsaber when they changed my meds at the time, and he pissed me off. The fuck? How did it even get to the fucking lightsaber situation?
Yeah.
What was your worst teacher experience and why?
The worst teacher was in 4th grade. Spanish-speaking math teacher who basically mocked me on the daily.
Reason?
She hated me for some reason.
What was the mocking like?
She would like put me.
Hey, Callum.
And it was. She would put me up in front of class, and if I didn't know something, basically make fun of my ass. The thing is, no one in the class was along with it, so it was just her making fun of me, and everybody being like, "What's wrong with her?
What's up with this?
This sucks." So it was just it was legit bullying from the teacher.
Huh.
She sucked ass. Anyway, after a while, being a kid, it kind of got to me, and I ended up not going to her class, which got me in trouble, which got me sent to a counselor, which that counselor was worse, dragging me up all over the floor and bashing me up against walls. So I had some pretty bad teachers is what I'm trying to get at.
No, the district we went to
was garbage.
Is pretty low end, so our teachers were, you know, up and down in quality.
Yeah.
But the really good ones were fucking fantastic. Like, I did a whole video on one of them, which was my mentor, and unfortunately he killed himself.
Yeah.
So I guess sad ending for everybody in this area.
Much.
But he was a fucking amazing person. But yeah, when you get some shitty ones. Let's see, Al continues. He was actually a cool dude, this teacher that he lightsabered when he taught history, though, so I usually got along with him. Ironically, his name was Mr. Smith.
Oh, shit.
Al
Smith.
A portent of future things to come.
Yeah.
Callum, how was it? Where did you go, Callum? I was under the impression you went to Ireland, but are you in Ireland, or did you go to Ireland? Or did you just go somewhere else in Ireland? I'm confused.
We're basically asking, are you an Irish?
Yeah. Are you an Irishman? Let's move on to the next question, which is, feel free to answer along, anybody. Callum, Al. Let's see. Next question is, which would you pick, being world-class attractive? That's 1. 2, a genius. Or 3, famous for doing something great.
I would be famous for doing something great, and the great thing that I would do was the aforementioned punch Hitler in the nuts.
That would be pretty great. You're pretty much set for... If you punch Hitler in the nuts...
Everybody's going to be like, that guy punched Hitler in the nuts.
You're pretty much set. You could do horrible things afterwards, and they're still like, well, compared to, you know, sticking millions of people in an oven, you're a pretty good guy, comparatively. Yeah, that's a good answer. It's a good... I mean, I can't top that answer, so by default of not being able to top that answer, I'm going to go the opposite end of the spectrum, and I'm going to say I would be world-class attractive.
It's all right.
There's one reason, though. Attractive people can get away with a lot of fucking bullshit.
Good point.
And I'm assuming I'm keeping my current mental state, which is fair, you know? I'm not brilliant, but I'm not a dummy either. I'm not ooga-boogaing and carving shit into walls, so that's good. But attractive people get away with some fucking crazy shit.
Yeah.
So if I look like, I don't know, Chris Hemsworth, no qualms in saying he's attractive.
You could walk around with your dong out.
I could probably, I don't know, or do a little dance down Main Street naked, and people would be like, throw a parade in my honor.
Yeah.
Let's see, Callum says...
he was in the States.
Oh, you were in the States, huh? Let me see. He says that he had a history teacher in high school who I used to rant about negatively at the time in a series of vlogs I used to film back in the day around 2012. Sure enough, he saw the vid, and there was... Oh, man.
Oh, shit. Woo! That's some
Look, let me tell you, that just made me bust a little groove. I used to have like a poor man vlog back in the day, which meant I just emailed people.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I would email my teachers, and there was a whole incident which ended up with me being exorcised. That's right, exercise, not as in I need exercise.
Which you do.
Which, yeah, I do, admittedly. But exercise for a demon by that teacher's preacher father. If you want to see that video, it's in our backlog somewhere.
Yeah, it is up already.
But that's pretty bad. What did he tell you about the videos, Callum? Let me see. Al says he would be famous for doing something great, just like you. And Al, would it be punching Hitler in the nuts? Yeah. Answer yes, right?
Clearly.
Let me see. Callum says, in addition, he says he visited Martinez in California. I'm from Galway, which is in the west of Ireland. Yes, that's pretty
Irish,
fucking cool.
yeah.
You're a fucking Irishman.
Are you a vampire also?
Yes. Are you a vampire? And is your best friend a preacher man? And if so, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So let's go on to the next question. Feel free to continue answering along with us, guys.
Say, where the hell's our boy Marcus?
Yeah. What's up with Marcus, man?
Hating?
He's hating.
Yeah.
Hal says he would shoot Hitler in the ass and kick him in the nuts.
Just in the ass.
Yeah. It's not even fatal. It's just like a shot straight through the cheeks.
Yeah, he just got shot in the ass. Somehow that's worse, honestly. Like, imagine all his followers seeing him get shot in the ass. They'll be like, oh, man.
Oh,
you know what? Those Jews are pretty cool, guys. Let's not follow this dude anymore.
Oh, man. I would pay to see Hitler shot in the ass.
Yeah.
Just to, like, it wouldn't even be like through the cheeks. It would be like just on the edge of the cheeks.
Yeah.
So that sitting, wiping, anything related to any function of the ass would be severely painful.
Yeah.
Let me see. Calum says some classmate of mine showed the principal's daughter, who also was in my year. Was she hot? That's another question. That's how he found out. I was only in my teens at the time, and he tried to get me arrested. Oh, come on, man.
Come on.
That's just being a pussy. I'm sorry. No offense to any women. That's not what we mean. We just mean pussy equals you're a gigantic wuss.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Look, we've been criticized left and right. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't get butthurt about it.
Yeah.
That sucks.
He's not a vampire, unfortunately.
You should be a vampire. It would be really cool. But you're cool now. I'm just saying you should be a vampire. Hashtag be a vampire.
Yeah.
Let me see. He's 22 now, but back then at the time it seemed hilarious. Now she was a total dog.
She wasn't even hot, dude. Shit.
You know, I asked that because I had a teacher, I'm sorry, a principal that hated the fuck out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a fairly good student, and I was second in my, I was second in my class, but I was so confident that I wasn't going to fail that I ended up just slacking my senior year. So I dropped from second to fifth in my class, and I was like, oh, well, that was a stupid idea.
Yeah.
But the point is, this principal had it out for me. He hated me. There was incidents left and right. It's going to be a story time about that one time soon. But the point is, he disliked me, but he had a daughter that went there too. And she was like, you know, like the preacher's daughter syndrome, where they're complete.
Yeah, they're like untouchable.
They're untouchable, and they're just generally bad people.
No.
Like everything that the principal and or preacher and or authority figure hates, they embody. That type of child. She was that, but she was also a complete dog.
Yeah.
So the people that dated her were basically doing it to take advantage of the situation that they could get away with stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't date her because, you know, she sucked. But anyway. And Callum adds, he used to be really suggestive and perverted with girls too.
Oh, man.
Girls pointed out to the dudes that he always looked like he had wood in class. That's just, you know, the teacher I just talked about, he always had tiny little chub going on.
Oh,
and he would do the thing where he would rest his hands on his little, it wasn't a desk, it was kind of like just a standing area that he could hide behind. And he would do the little rubbing the groin up against it.
Dude.
And he'd be like, dude, you're clearly rubbing your little dick up against this thing.
Damn.
Yeah, he sucked. Always hated the guy. He was a grade 8 douche. Sounds like one. I didn't have this teacher. He was douchey according to everybody else. But this is a completely different teacher I'm talking about. But I saw him on occasion going down the hallway. And this is what always stuck out to me about him and on him. He had eyebrows about like this fucking long, dude.
Like freaking.
He was some
Morgan Freeman and Dreamcatcher.
Yeah, those fuckers bigger even. This dude was somewhere from the Middle East. I don't know exactly from where. So he had a kind of a weird name. I mean, for us, you know.
Yeah.
Pretty sure over there, it's like a common ass name. But the
it's
point
like Al
is,
Smith or something.
Yeah, there was two Arabic gentlemen that were teachers there, and one of them was really cool, and kind of looked like a lame Dean Koontz.
How's that even possible?
Yeah.
I was about to say that hair.
He didn't have the bowl haircut, so that was a
okay.
plus. But anyway, yeah, but this guy had like fucking shelves for eyebrows, man. Side note, Calamad. Side note, there just happens to be a porn site called Innocent High that involves scenes with actors playing out teacher detention scenarios.
All right.
What the fuck? I'm sorry,
It's a
we're
freaking dog.
we're having some technical difficulties with the damn doggo here. I'm pretty sure that those teachers visited that website because shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to the next question here, fellers. Feel free to answer along. Who are the 3 greatest living musicians?
Oh, living.
This is a hard one.
Yeah, living.
Let's not keep it at living. Who, in your opinion, are the 3 greatest musicians, living or dead?
Scott Joplin for sure.
Scotty Jumps.
Lang Lang.
I'm not even gonna support that. It fucking sucks too much.
Scott Joplin, I would say. Oh, I was reading. I don't know. That got really weird, didn't it?
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Cash because he's my boy.
Johnny Cash.
I know technically his voice wasn't great.
Oh, this is in your opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion, he's pretty great. I'm gonna go ahead and add to that and say Leonard Cohen.
Leonard Cohen.
He's pretty damn great.
Leonard.
And tickles my pickle.
Got one more left.
One more.
Yeah, Al Cash is dead, but we changed it to just general musicians.
Yeah.
Because if we stick to living ones, well, shit, we'll be here forever. Because we will be trying to think of one.
Yeah, pretty much. Not because there's that many.
All the greats are fucking dead,
pretty
basically.
much. Oh shit! I can't think of one last one.
Well, let me go. I'll let you mull on it a little.
Yeah.
Leonard Cohen is definitely one of my choices. I still think he's the best songwriter of all time. I love his voice, love his output. Was never disappointed by anything he released. So Leonard Cohen is definitely fucking up there for me. He's my boy. He's dead as fuck.
Yeah, he is.
And only recently, unfortunately. But, you know, that's how it goes. Speaking of dead, another one I would put up there is David Bowie, who was like the embodiment of a chameleonic fucking singer-musician if there ever was one, you know. Anybody after Bowie has imitated, sometimes to great effect and sometimes not so great. But he'd be another. And a third, oh, man.
Little Richard.
Specifically when he looks that way,
Yeah.
I would have to put Freddie Mercury in there, man.
That's a good
You know
one.
why? Because Freddie Mercury is so fucking good that his band, who gives a shit about Queen after Freddie Mercury? That's how good he was.
A little visual aid.
Yeah, I mean that's not him.
Or
to
should
be
I say
fair,
visual aids?
yeah. I mean, look, the guy fucked around, you know what I'm saying? But Freddie Mercury is my boy, man. I love Freddie Mercury. Voice is incredible, or was incredible, I should say. And, of course, he's iconic.
Yeah.
Great songwriter. Ambitious as fuck in terms of what he put out there. Yeah.
Super gay.
And, again, who the fuck gives a shit about Queen without him? I'm sorry, Brian May, but nobody gives a fuck. Yes, you're a good guitarist, but who cares
You're not
about
Freddie
Queen
Mercury.
without Freddie Mercury? Go make your own band. A Brian May band. I bet you will sell to guitar enthusiasts. At the very
Definitely
least.
not me.
Definitely not us. And we
got-
like guitars.
I got
just
the
come
last
on.
one for
go
me.
ahead.
Freddie Mercury is a great one,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna have to go with the painted on pants champ.
Dwight
Dwight
Yoakam.
Yoakam.
He is pretty great, man. Just leave it
Yeah,
at that.
so you don't
Just
even
because
have-
of the painted
You're gonna
pants.
have to add to
Let
it.
me see. Callum says, well, Al said he couldn't think of any. Then he said, Cash is dead. Thanks for shooting down Cash, Al. Then he said, I grew up listening to Elvis and Queen, so I guess them. You know what? Can't
Elvis
even
is pretty
can't
good,
even
yeah.
argue with that. Elvis is fucking iconic just by being Elvis.
Yeah.
He didn't even have to fucking sing. He just had to shake his little hips around.
You just have to go, oh, and that'd be fine.
Sadly, that's an Elvis song.
That is.
It's called I Suck. And it's not very good.
Yeah.
It's on his outtake
I was
reel.
modeling after Teddy Bear, but all right.
Yeah, so those are pretty good choices. Let's see, Callum says Bowie, Prince, and Dude from Linkin Park are just some recents that spring to mind. Look, Chester, I'm not gonna lie, man. Chester, I rarely get sad at someone departing, with exceptions. I was still locked up when Bowie passed away, and I was like, well, that fucking sucks. You know, it was a general feel. I had somebody in there that was a Bowie fan as well, so it was kind of like, man, this is...
A Bowite, as they call
But it was kind of like... It's not that you expected him to die. He was still fairly young compared to, say, a Cash or a Leonard Cohen. But it was still kind of like... He's so iconic that it felt like it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It felt like he's already in the pantheon of music gods. Same with Leonard Cohen, man. It was fucking sad to see him die, but he was 100,000 years old.
Yeah.
And I was kind of expecting it, especially with him touring so hard in his last days. I was like, yeah, that's sad. That's really fucking sad. But he's already a fucking legend, and that's that. And I'm sad. But Chester, what was he, like in his mid-30s? No, late 30s maybe?
Maybe early 40s.
Maybe early 40s. I mean, and then on top of, I mean, he's just somebody. When I was in high school, Linkin Park came out. You know what I'm saying? So it defined a lot of kids at the time. And
I like to crawl in my crawl.
Yeah. So it was unexpected, you know. So it was really fucking sad. But he is awesome. His voice was incredible. Let me see. There is no Queen without Freddie Mercury. Thank you, Al. Thanks for the support there. Because it's true, damn it. Let me see. It's the shark. The floppy shark says it's true.
Yeah.
He was born in 83 and didn't even know Elvis died until I was 10. Yeah, he's that fucking iconic. To be fair, I didn't know that Alf was a puppet till yesterday.
What the shit?
No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, look at him. Anyway.
That sounded like you were trying to cover your ass.
That's how much praise his dad gave Elvis. The old Elvis dad. I wish I had me a dad that loved Elvis. Instead, I had me a dad that
had air.
that loved to leave us.
Yeah.
Let me see. Callum says, when Bowie died, I drank and took many different medicines to get over it. Literally cried heavily for days. Was in a terrible slump. Chester died, hit me harder. I was so broken until about October last. Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure, one, if I had not been in prison, I would have been a little bit more bummed about Bowie. I was bummed, don't get me wrong. But, you know, again, the whole...
You're also worried about getting shanked.
Yeah, I'm also worried about getting shanked. And, you know, again, he is a fucking legend no matter what now. All that junk. But yeah, that was just... It's Chester, dude. He could have been like us.
Yeah.
You know? Let me see. Linkin Park were... It continues. Linkin Park were my first concert for my 13th birthday. What is it? Queens of the Stone Age, Coheed, and Cambria, and Linkin Park. Was so happy I managed to see them at least once. First of all, that's a pretty good concert right there. I never really got big into Queens of the Stone Age. Don't get me wrong. Pretty good. Coheed is pretty fucking awesome. You know, and Linkin Park, of course. Pretty damn good first concert. See, Al says, I wasn't really aware of David Bowie until right around the time he died. Sacrilege! Then I learned about him, and I was like, this dude is up. You just made up for it, Al. I just went from what the fuck to, alright, Al's my boy again. Speaking of boys, this is the worst transition ever.
That was a bad one.
Let's move on to the next question. Boys, huh? You like that?
Okay, there we go.
And Gal, if she's still around.
She definitely isn't.
If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? Hit us with those answers and take it away.
I think it's in the title, and that's my lonja, a.k.a. my fat. That's it.
Yeah. I'm assuming it means in general.
I'm assuming it's like an instant change.
Yeah. I mean, either way.
Yeah.
If I could change something about me... Yeah, Al says no OCD. That would be fucking... You know what, Al? Let me tell you something. I wasn't like high fucking level OCD, but I was pretty OCD back in the day. Like I would like I could tell if someone touched something in my general vicinity. I was that like anal about where things were. I was pretty anal about cleanliness and cleaning in general. All that jazz, you know? You know what broke my OCD in those respects? Dogs. You know, eventually I came across dog. Well, this was the situation. Speaking of dogs, there's one crawling behind wires right now.
What the hell, dog?
But eventually I came across a situation where I was in a relationship with a chick that had 10 billion dogs, and they would just jump up on me and all that. And I liked dogs. I just didn't like to touch them. I didn't like to have to wash my hands over and over. You know, I was one of those OCD types. But eventually just got to the point where I was like, I can't not touch these dogs. And you know, still continue to look like a cool guy. I look like a complete jackbot. So I started touching the dogs, and then they were the cuteness overwhelmed me, and I went from jackbot to just me.
To just jackass.
Yeah, just jackass. But anyway, hold on, Simon, answer my question. If I could change something about myself, I'd like to turn back the time on a lot of stuff, but I don't think that falls into this question parameter.
It's like something currently.
Yeah, I mean, health would be a good thing to have top notch in general.
Stanky little broken stomach.
Let me see. Yeah, that would be good. Let me see. Callum says, yeah, I've always not been the biggest fan besides the hits. He's talking about Queens of the Stone Age. I've heard from them, same with Blink 182. And it's weird when I tell people I hate Blink because the hits when talking music, because I love pop punk. You know what, man? I used to have 2 Blink 182 albums, but I never really liked Blink 182.
I've never been big on Blink 182, but when I heard the guy talk about aliens,
yeah,
I definitely hated that.
Tom DeLonge is fucking out of there, man. Yeah. He's lost his fucking gourd. You know, if you don't,
you can hear him and you know he's like stupid.
Yes,
he's a stupid person.
That's the problem. He may have
something.
Something. Clearly, he's got some pull somewhere because he's got all these significant scientists and people in the know behind him. But this is your spokesperson, Tom the fucking Long, who can't
even put together a sentence?
Yeah, it was terrible. If you don't know what we're talking about, go check his interview on the Joe Rogan Experience, and he is about as articulate as a piece of wood. Yeah, he's out of there. That being said, what are some good pop punk bands I could get into? I've never got into pop punk, I'll admit that, but I'm always open to the experience of something new if I could get a recommendation for something good. I'm more into, first of all, in terms of punk, it's kind of hard for me to pin down precisely what, but, you know, I like the older stuff generally. Big Misfits fan. Both of us are. Huge Misfits fan.
This dog. Hovering her. She just moved the camera.
Black Flag. You know, that type of shit. That era right there. The last punk band that I really, really liked was from over a decade ago, and that's the Distillers. Haven't really kept up with that old jazz.
This dog is a serious problem right now. She's moving wire. There you go.
Hey, get the hell out of the way, dog. Come here. Anyway, what's the next question? That was a cue for you to do something while I get this dog.
I'm trying to find it. Oh, what was your favorite toy growing up? I think I still have it somewhere. Yeah, I do. It's up on that shelf.
Jesus Christ, on a crutch. Just burst my eardrum. Anyway, what was it?
Burst eardrums. That's my favorite toy. It's actually a little Lego figure I still have up there. I found it in a little baggie at a yard sale. Actually, Guardian's aunt sold it to me.
Okay.
Who sucks, by the way.
What was the?
Now she's dead, but still.
What was the
toy? A little Lego figure.
Just the standard Lego figure?
Yeah, a little Lego minifigure.
Mm-hmm.
It's this little Cyberman. It's like a little robot, and I don't know from what set it's from. I've actually wanted to post online, see if anybody knows, but I like it.
It's probably from some like rip-off set.
No, it's definitely a Lego set.
Lego.
It might be Lego. I don't know.
Lego.
Yeah.
This Lego is pretty good.
Quasar. I got it with my Quasar brand TV for $8,000. That's a joke only you will get.
My favorite toy as a kid, right? It says.
Yeah, as a kid.
Growing up, I mean that's not necessarily as a kid, but anyway, as a kid, was
it is
probably this little fucking Spider-Man figure that I had that had like a dillion joints.
I still have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Taking my fig.
No, you gave it to me.
I know.
I saved it.
But the point is, I used to love that figure because it had literally joints in places joints don't belong.
Yeah.
So it could actually behave and pose like Spider-Man. It was an old Toy Biz figure maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, like an old one. Like
they made a couple figures, but the Spider-Man was the only good one, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Let me see. Callum's still talking about the old pop punk stuff. He says to you, what about our tweet about Billy Joe from Green Day Goon and his onstage freak out?
Oh yeah, apparently he I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think he got all pissed and whipped out his dick or some shit.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I don't even remember why.
Like, look, that's like if he were. This is gonna sound fucked up. If he was legit punk, not pop punk, is what I'm saying. I'm not disqualifying pop punk as music. I'm just saying if it was like,
you know what, I could look
strictly punk, that would be behavior that I would expect. Like some G.G. Allen fucking behavior.
Green Day.
But it's Green Day. Like, dude, just fuck. Oh, you know what? I don't know if there was. No, this was another situation. There was a situation in one of those big outdoor concerts where they invite everybody from Taylor Swift to like fucking Kanye West and shit.
Yeah.
Where they were a guest on there, Green Day, and they made this. They gave him basically no time to do their set, and he got pissed as fuck on stage and made a big, hubbub about it. I'm with him on that because that was bullshit. But I don't know about whipping the old dick out.
Yeah, I'm trying to look it up just so I can get it right real quick. Continue.
Al says that his favorite toy as a kid was the Ghostbusters Firehouse and Trap. I never had the Firehouse. I did get to play with somebody else's trap though, and I don't mean she-male. I mean the actual trap. And that guy whose trap I used, he was like,
stop saying that.
He was like obsessed with Ghostbusters. This kid would go to school with his proton pack on, the Kenner one.
Yeah.
And he would have a jumpsuit, like a Ghostbuster jumpsuit, and wear that on the daily. I'm hoping he had more than one.
He was a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he was a cool cat. He's legitimately the biggest Ghostbusters fan I've ever come across, including Al. He was the biggest Ghostbusters fan ever. Let me see. Al asks us a question.
Callum, I can't find the tweet, so if you want to fill in, Ahab, feel free.
Let's see. Al says, coolest toy you never got as a kid. Hit it.
Oh.
I like how you closed the question.
Oh, yeah. Never got as a kid.
That you wanted, but you never got.
Shit. You know what? I did. Growing up, there wasn't that many, like, must-haves for me because we didn't really have, like, English TV.
Right.
So
we weren't...
yeah, I didn't know what toys were out.
Victimized by consumers' propaganda?
Pretty much. So it was mostly just shit you had that I was like, oh, I want that.
You got a lot of hand-me-downs along the way, too. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure none of them were the ones that you wanted.
No.
Was there a toy I had that you wanted?
I'm sure there was.
That you never got?
I can't think of any.
So that's actually good that you didn't want something so bad that you were like, your nuts shriveled or something. I'm gonna kill someone,
yeah.
I can't...
You know what? The closest one I can think of was that Batmobile that you used to have.
Oh, the animated one?
Yeah. Which I did eventually get. And then Grandma put it in the garage.
And then it just disappeared.
For some reason, she wouldn't let me keep it. She didn't want it in the house. So she would put it in the freaking garage. So I would like sneak out to play with it. And then one day there was a Black Widow and then she threw it away.
She probably thought it was like a devil.
Yeah,
because it had like the pointy parts.
Probably.
She was like, "Look at that demon head."
That's not even like a
it's
joke.
A fucking car.
That's probably not even a joke, by the way. That's actually probably true.
For me, a toy that I wanted as a kid, but I never got. I did grow up on a lot of toy commercials and shit like that. This one's for sure though. I wanted a Skeletor, but I could never get one. Because they would always sell out at the stores, and then we were relatively poor as people, as a family, I should say, when I was a kid. So we would go to a lot of secondhand stores, and I would find Skeletors, but they would always be missing a fucking leg, and it was always the same leg. Why the hell would that leg fall off? I don't know, but I had like 10,000 Skeletors with one stinking leg.
Yeah.
So I wanted a Skeletor is what I'm saying here. Let me see. Callum says it was some festival they played at a couple of years ago. This is still the Green Day stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently because they had to finish playing early. Yeah, that was it. Because of Justin Bieber. Yeah, that was it. Our Height Radio Fest. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I saw that. I was with him on that. That was bullshit. Let's see. Billy Joel apparently had a meltdown on stage and threw his guitar around. Maybe smashed it. I don't know. It was a while ago, and also stripped of his birthday suit and showed the crowd his Sunday best. Or worst. Yeah, I don't know about that, man.
That's like too much.
Yeah, that's a bit too much.
It's like, just get pissed and leave, dude.
Again, if he was like some harder brand of punk,
it's freaking Green Day.
It would, yeah. It's like, dude, you're the guys that did that song that I don't even remember the name to. So I'm just bumbling around like a moron. Anyway, let Let me see. Al says Terminator 2 Bioflesh Generator. You know what, Al? There used to be a Wins. I don't know if you're familiar with Wins. Probably not because you're from up a ways over there. But Wins was like a thing over here where we're at, and I'm sure somewhere else in the States. But these Wins stores were relatively expensive, and they usually catered to middle-aged American wives. But they had the best fucking toy sections ever. Ghostbusters, Beetlejuice, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, the best shit. The problem was, something that would cost $8, they'd sell it for like $18.
Yeah.
You'd be like, damn, man. So anyway, they had these Bioflesh Generator thingies for the Terminator 2 line, and I so totally wanted one. But more than that, I wanted the Beetlejuice tomb where, you know, he can turn into a small version of himself. So what I did was, I thought I was all clever as a kid. I switched the prices on it.
Oh, your bamboozle?
Bamboozle. And, you know, I told my grandma, look, it's only $8. And she's like, cool, I'll get it. So we, mind you, I'm like 6'7". I think this is the wisest fucking move of all time. We go up there, the lady clearly sees the, you know, I didn't even take the old sticker off. And she's like, oh, look, it's actually $1 billion. And grandma's like, fuck that shit, spikes it on the ground, and we leave. And I got nothing.
Remember one time we went to the Cres? They had these little die-cast figures from, the Cres is like the discount version of that store, by the way. Like freaking straight from the other side. Anyway, they had these little die-cast T2 and Alien figures that I really wanted. But they were $5, and $5 was a lot back then. That was back in the day when $1 was a lot. And you could go and get yourself a Teletubby necklace, as previously discussed. Anyway, those were cool. I remember I actually saved up the money and went back, and they didn't have them anymore.
So you got a Teletubby necklace.
Yeah, actually.
That's
I actually recently looked them up on eBay. Not that cool.
What, Teletubby necklaces?
Well, no, those are still rad. Those are still really cool.
Oh, man. Let me see. Callum says Billy Joel got wind of the sound guys cutting the set short. And then he adds, my favorite toy growing up was a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, like Doc Ock's and the sets, like Doc Ock's Hideaway and Bank Robbery, and France World Cup set. There's a France World Cup set?
The hell?
The fuck? What do you do in it?
Play?
Yeah, but are there like little action figure football players?
You smell like armpits.
Oh man, let me see. Al says they re-released the Terminator. Oh yeah, that's right. They did re-release it for Terminator Salvation. And you know what? Upon revision, it sucked ass.
We considered getting it too. Yeah. Like, but then we were like, oh, it sucks.
It's not very good. The endoskeleton looks like shit. Is the problem? Let me see. I missed out on that one too. But I want to get into Hot Toys. Problem is, they are mad expensive.
Freaking super expensive.
And I don't got the room for them. Yeah, they're super, super expensive. They look beautiful though. Who's doing those super realistic Ghostbusters toys?
It's not Hot Toys.
No, it's not Hot Toys.
I don't know who it is. Yeah, I know Mezco are doing some that are less realistic, but they're still pretty awesome. I kind of want to get those. But the problem is they're not that much. They're like
Blitzway.
They're like $60 or something like that, maybe $70. The ones like I got the Judge Dredd, the Mezco ones. Yeah. The problem is that you don't see is that you get one, you're gonna end up wanting to get all four, and then by the end of it, you're gonna be spending $400, which is why I'm like, you know what, I'm not even gonna get them.
Yeah, I hear you. Callum says also used to like what's that? I can't read that far. Olds,
yeah.
Set of 2 magnets. Geomag, also magnets, but they were glow in the dark. Tamagotchis and Game Boy Color and GBA, also original. Pokemon games. You know what, man? I was one of those kids that didn't grow up with a video game system. In fact, the first video game system I had was a Dreamcast, and that tanked immediately the moment I got it.
Yeah. He actually killed the Dreamcast.
Yeah, it was me. But I was one of those kids that didn't grow up, didn't really want one. Would occasionally borrow some from like neighbors and shit like that, or friends. But
that's a lie. You had an Atari.
Oh, that's true. I did have an Atari. That's true. I mean, that counts, but right?
Not really. That doesn't count as games.
But you know what? The only thing I played on the Atari consistently was Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man. Fuck E.T. Fuck, man, that game is fucking shit. True story, the Guardian passed E.T.
Claims he did.
No, I saw him pass it.
All right.
Yeah. I challenged his claim that he passed E.T. the game, took out the old cartridge, made him play it, passed it. Anyway.
The world blew up.
The world blew up. Let me see. Al says, no, they're way more than $60 a pop. Metal ones are 60. I got Ray, though. Oh, Mattel, I'm sorry.
No, I'm talking about the Mezco ones. They're like, I think they're like $80.
What are those you got right there?
Those are Diamond Selects. Those are actually pretty cheap.
Yeah, have you seen the Diamond Select ones, Al's? Al's
is a pretty cool guy.
Those are pretty good looking. I mean, I'd get up and show you, but it actually required me getting up and showing you.
I want to get the real Ghostbusters ones, which they're going to release this upcoming year. Those look pretty cool.
Yeah. Let me see. Calvin says, what are Hot Toys? Never heard of them. They're like this high-end toy production company offshoot of Sideshow, right?
I think so.
Yeah, Sideshow Collectibles, which is owned by Weta, which is the effects company that did like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. They're all owned by Peter Jackson in some form of respect, or other. And anyway, they make high-end, basically action figures. They're usually 12 inches tall, real clothes. They look realistic as fuck. They look great.
We'd show you an example. We don't have any because
we don't have one. I wanted the Hella one. It costs hell a lot.
Yep.
Yeah. No, you know what? I have 4 of them. I have the Buffy ones. But that's when
that's
when it was that's when it was still called Sideshow. So I have Buffy, Angel, Spike, and Willow from the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But that's right before they become they renamed themselves Hot Toys. But anyway, Ben, I got those relatively cheap, by the way, like $40 each. I mean, that's still a lot, but you know, comparatively, I guess. Anyway, let's see. We got Al says, first gaming system I had was the Commodore. Damn, that's some ancient shit. Then Nintendo, Sega, Windows PC until I got my first job and the bought a PlayStation 2. Look, the first one I had was Dreamcast, which, as I said, of course, we all know it went down the wayside. Second one I had was Xbox, and I loved my Xbox. I really liked the game. I'm not a big gamer,
no,
but the games that I had on the Xbox, I would play over and over again. And like the Suffering and the Buffy games. What else did I play a shit ton? Doom 3.
We used to play Halo a lot back in the day.
Halo, of course, is a go-to. I used to love that Xbox, man. Those games that I had,
Butcher, it was called.
Yeah, the box. I bought it used and it was renamed. It was named originally Butcher, and we couldn't rename the fucking thing.
Apparently, that's a thing with Halo. Like, if you when you put in a game, it automatically names your console something. So yours was called Butcher. The one I had after was called Shadow. And I guess they just a random generated name. So yeah, Butcher was the original, the OG. The OG Xbox. Yeah, I used to love that thing. Then I got a PS3 after that, and I didn't have much time with it, and it was all right. It was, it was pretty good. Played a lot of God of War on that, and I can't really. What was that game with the aliens and shit? Resistance.
Yeah, Resistance: Fall of Man. The first one I played a shit ton. I can't really think of other games besides God of War.
That was it, yeah.
The God of War games I played a shit ton, and Resistance I played a shit ton. But yeah, there was one with what's that motherfucker called? The one with the angels that you play a lot.
Darksiders.
Yeah. I played that one. One go through with it, and then I never played it again.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game.
Anyway, let's see. He's debating getting them.
I would get them. The
he's talking about the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Diamond Selects are pretty good. The only criticism I have, because I have 2 from the first series, Peter and Egon. The only criticism I have was that the Egon eyeglasses are pretty shitty looking. Like, they're really huge. So that's my only criticism. But everything else, they're pretty damn cool. I'm sure even by now the eyeglasses look better in the more recent ones. It's just that first series, those glasses look like turds.
He wants the RoboCop ones. I haven't seen those. Are they good?
I don't know.
Let's find out. Yep, they're good. I always wanted a RoboCop figure, but never found one.
I found one at Walmart last year. Kind of sucked. Was the NECA one. The freaking
hips, it wasn't good?
The hips were all freaking weird.
That sucks.
I mean, I know he has big hips, but that baby was like freaking birth-bearing hips.
Did you know Shakira originally wrote Hips Don't Lie for RoboCop?
Yeah, the NECA figure only.
And her hips don't
You
lie,
know,
though.
you know that there was this production problem with the NECA Christopher Reeve Superman figures, where their legs would fall off. And I shit you not,
Sweet irony.
It was like an actual like production problem. The joints would break and the freaking legs would fall off. And I was like, well, it's pretty true to life.
Speaking of all these action figures and shit, Al, we are going to do our collection videos. I know you wanted to see our collection. I know I made you show me your collection last time, which is cool, by the way. We are going to do collection videos. I used to collect a fuck ton of figures and shit like that, memorabilia. A lot of it got taken away, and or some stuff, like weird sporadic things were taken after I was arrested by the cops, which is odd. Like, they took only 2 specific figures from an entire Hellraiser set I had. Like, come on, dude. Clearly you like Pinhead. But anyway, we will be doing those videos. I still, despite them having ravaged my collection,
Still got a lot.
I still got a shit ton of fucking shit. But my house used to be like a mini museum. Like, I used to have a room that was just for figures on top of the other rooms that were for figures.
Yeah.
Like, the other rooms I lived in, this one was just a thing that had figures in it. And like 50% of it was Lord of the Rings stuff, you know. They took all my swords, all that shit. So my collection is relatively smaller, but it's still pretty fucking big. So but anyway, we'll do that. We haven't forgotten to do that. Let me see. Al says RoboCop Hot Toys. Oh, those gotta look good, of course. Yeah. Oh wait, we forgot to read this. What Callum says over here. Callum says he has a Greg Capullo, the artist, of course. Commissioner Gordon figure, unopened, from 2013, and also unopened Batman, Harley Quinn, and Joker set. What's up with that, homeboy? Give me some of that. And a Bailey figure, still in a box, from 2015. Is it Bailey where she's screaming?
Wait, is it that Bailey?
Man, they gotta stop doing the screaming faces. Yeah. They can't get them right.
Although I saw one without the screaming face,
and it looks
worse.
Like
it was worse. It was bad.
How does the face sculpt look on your Bailey there, Callum? Let us know.
It doesn't have a fat ass.
Yeah, I mean, the ass is the best part and the most important when it comes to Bailey. Let me see. Al's talking about the RoboCop Hot Toys. They have 4 of them. Ed 209, which is $600.
Shit.
Fuck. It should have been $209. Battle Damage Robo, Standard Robo with optional chair, and Alex Murphy. That's pretty cool.
Well, actually, you know, I've actually seen the Alex Murphy one.
Does he have a no hands option with like like stumps and shit? Let me see. Fucking love God of War Callum says God of War Resistance, Resistance 2. Played a little 3. Couldn't get past mission, so I didn't get to 3.
No.
But there was a part in God of War 3, was it?
Yeah.
That I couldn't pass. It was the stupid music part. I can't do those music.
Oh yeah, I had to do it for you.
What is the rhythm games?
Yeah.
You know, I can't do that rhythm shit. Like Guitar Hero, I'm fucking out of there.
I forgot what you had. Yeah, you have to put in like a specific thing to open a door or some shit.
Yeah.
And I had to do it for your ass.
I couldn't do that fucking shit, so I felt like a fool. Anyway, all awesome. And there was a part in Resistance 2 that frustrated me, and I can't remember what it was specifically. But yeah, I passed it anyway. Let me see. Callum says First Resistance was really fun game to play. Levels were intense. Yeah, man, I really enjoyed the first one. That's why that one I played over and over again. I only remember playing part 2 once, to be honest with you.
I never played them.
Let me see.
I played a little bit of the first one.
You did see me play the first one, though, right?
Yeah, I played. You let me play a little bit of the first one, but then that...
Remember there was an AI that was funny as... I can't remember what the AI did, man.
You're not thinking of the one in Halo? With
no, that's the one that he pushed. There was an AI in Resistance that made us laugh, and I can't remember what the fuck it was. Anyway, Al says, can't wait to see those videos. Yeah, man, my collection is relatively large, unlike my penis. Callum, you might enjoy our collection videos too, because I have a lot of books and shit.
I got a question that goes along with...
Al, you'll like his collection because he has a shit ton of Ghostbuster stuff.
Yeah, I have like no space. Is the only problem.
I used to have the old Ghostbusters NECA figures. They took those too.
I have the 2 you gave me.
Yeah, but I had the entire set.
Yeah.
Those were extras. I had the entire set. They took all of them.
Yeah.
Fucking sucks, man.
I did manage to save that Stay Puft.
That's it.
Yeah. I have a question that goes along with toys. Mm-hmm. Do you remember the last time you were able to play with your toys?
Yes.
Me too.
I mean, I don't remember the date specifically, but I remember going in there with the intent to play, as I always did. And I've always had a pretty big imagination. But I remember sitting down with the old figures, you know, like it was gonna be another day of play, and then not being
It
able.
sucks, right?
Yeah, not being able to conjure up that
Scenario.
tap into that imagination anymore.
I remember the last time too. It was I had all my Batman figures before they were stolen. And it was like literally a day after a epic session. And I sat down and I was like, I got none. And I haven't been able to since then.
Yeah, it's a weird transition.
Yeah.
But after that, it made it easier to collect toys for me because I didn't have to take them out of the box. I used to prefer to take them out of the box, but it's just too much of a hassle to keep them clean and all that jazz. And they look nice. Nowadays, they make boxes where they look nice in them, and they're relatively posed in a position where you're like, I could see myself posing it that way. So
unless you're talking about the Xenomorphs for NECA.
Yeah, that was not good. Let me see. I used to recreate movie scenes with mine. Yeah, I would go from movie scenes or scenes from comics or something or cartoons to like just completely wild scenarios, and it would seem so natural. And now I don't know what the fuck is going on. Anyway, let's move on to the next question here, folks. I know we got a little bit off the old thingamabobber there. Let me see. If you could change, no, I'm sorry. Name 3 celebrities you most admire.
Scott Joplin, George Washington Carver. Is he a celebrity?
Not really.
And Al Smith.
Al Smith's my boy.
Yeah.
Let me see. Calvin says huge comic fan into collecting figures too. So would love to see what you guys have picked up over the years. Yeah, man. I love comics too. We both love comics.
Marmaduke Apocalypse is our favorite one.
Marmaduke in the house. No. Yeah, he has a shit ton of comics related collectibles. More than I do. I have a few. I have more comics than I do comic collectibles. Because I always kind of found comics collectibles either... Cause you got to remember, I was a teen, preteen in the 90s. So comic toys didn't look great back then.
No.
So it was kind of like, I'll pick up the ones that are the coolest that I want. So I was never into the comic toy collecting thing. I more got into movie memorabilia toys collecting thing, but ever since then I have collected some comic related toys. But now the scene is so big that it's impossible to get. Like, I wish I had a cool. Well, there's a tons of. I wish I had a cool Rogue figure. She's always been one of my favorites. But now there's 10 million figures, and the cool ones are super expensive. You know, it's so hard to collect comic toys right now. But I do have a few. He has a ton more. He has a big-ass bat collection.
Which is actually...
It's just bats.
It's actually halved because half of it was stolen.
Yeah, some painter stole his shit. That sucks. Anyway, let me see. Old Al Smith says, James Cameron I admire more than anyone else. Yeah, man, he's definitely a groundbreaker.
I wouldn't want to hang out with him, though.
No, he is renowned for being a complete asshole, but that's on set. You know what I'm saying? But considering the leaps and bounds he's made, you got to remember, people forget that each time this guy made a movie, he changed the industry. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like the movie or not, every time he changed the movie, every time he made one, he completely changed the face of the movie industry. So that alone is like, holy shit. And of course, he's directed some of the most memorable fucking movies of our lifetimes. So yeah, that's a good choice.
He made Ed Harris puke in his scuba suit.
He made Ed Harris fucking puke in his scuba suit. So that's cool. Let me see. Who are your three celebrities you admire?
I don't really admire anyone. But if I had to pick, I think Clive is pretty great. Clive Barker. Clive Owen. Clive Barker. I would have to go with my previous, one of my previous music picks and say Dwight Yoakam, because he's a great of his
field.
This field, and just because he's so weird, I'm gonna go with Mike Penn.
That was 4, but
that was 3.
We'll go with that.
No, Clive Owen doesn't count.
Oh, it counts.
It definitely doesn't count.
My picks would be Stephen King, Clive Barker. Those are 2 for sure picks. They're my heroes. Prolific writers. Well, I should say Stephen King is a prolific writer, possibly the biggest writer of our age. You know, and just the consistency of quality work that he spewed out ever since the 70s is astonishing.
Yeah.
Just gobsmackingly astonishing. It's insane how much stuff this guy's put out. And Clive Barker, on the other hand, he's a man of many trades. Clive Barker's my absolute favorite author, despite everybody knows how much I love Stephen King, but Clive Barker is my favorite author, and that's because he's not just an author. He's a fabulous. He makes these amazing imaginary scenario. I am in awe of how much imagination this man has. And then on top of that, he's a director, he's an artist, he's a photographer. He does all this stuff, and he does it all well. And he's just that guy that I wish I was Clive Barker, except for the fact that he's gay. I don't wish that part upon myself because I don't want to be boning dudes.
I'll take the gayness,
but I'll take everything else.
If I can be freaking Clive.
Yeah, you just want that BBC, don't you?
I'll take a BBC in the ASS any day.
And my third one would be, again, admire is kind of a hard word. Those two I admire because I could see myself aspiring to be like them. This one I admire for the sheer talent she possesses, and it's Lord, who I think is genuinely, and David Bowie said this, and I believe it, is going to be the person that saves pop music from being complete garbage. And she's genuinely talented, and I could see why she's one of those few artists that deserves all the buzz around her, all the sales and all that shit, which is something you can hardly say about any new pop artist out there. So anyway, those would be my three picks. And George Washington Carver, because peanut butter is my jam.
That's a good point.
Or butter, I guess. Anyway, let's see. Callum says he bought Intensity to date, liking it. So yeah, man, that's Dean Koontz's best in my opinion. Intensity. It is in fact pretty intense. It's also a very personal book to him. There's a lot of parallels between his childhood life and that book, according to him. So that'll give you some insight into old Deanie before he got the old toupee,
the old bean in the head.
Yeah, Callum continues. Marmaduke Apocalypse sounds like something that drags on. It would, trust me, it would drag on forever. I'm just gonna put a disclaimer out there that I don't like dong, despite what the word bubble says.
Oh,
let me see. Got the references too, by the way. Al says about James Cameron, he's the only guy who has earned his ego. I agree, man. I agree. People like Michael Bay, shut the fuck up, Michael Bay. James Cameron, he's earned it. He's earned that. He just has. You've changed the fucking industry. What else can you say?
Yeah.
Let me see. He continues that he was saying on his last live stream, the problem with modern day Hollywood is ego, because you get all these suits who think their shit don't stink and turn great franchises into what they want. I agree with you. I think that's always been a problem, though. Producers putting their grubby mitts on the creator's vision is a big fucking issue. I actually think
we also live in a world where it's a lot easier to make a movie.
Yeah.
And so you do get a lot more creator stuff. I think the problem is fans.
Yes, that's what I was getting to. This problem, Al, which you're absolutely right about, by the way, it's always been around in Hollywood, but I think it's actually lessening as time goes forward. And we've only to look at big-time producers like Kevin Feige, who is more about creating something good, no matter the consequence. Now, we don't know if this formula is going to continue with him forever, but it is for now. But then we look at other producers like Jason Blum, who leads Blumhouse, and he is a creator's producer. He is about making, one, quality content, and two, letting those visionaries and filmmakers do what they want, which is so fucking rare.
Yeah, it is rare. And at least when it comes to like comic stuff or like bigger profile stuff, it hasn't become. It's not a creator's vision anymore. It's what the fans want, and if the creator doesn't deliver on that, then their shit stinks. Their shit is horrible.
Yeah. And getting to that, you're absolutely right. And we have now this issue where fans are swaying studios.
Yeah.
And we saw it with
like it doesn't matter what the creator wants to make; it's what they want.
Yeah, we're seeing it happen with Star Wars, and we've seen it happen with the DC universe, where they completely look at Justice League.
Yeah,
they changed the course of an entire course that was planned, and just because fans are bitching now, so that's also a big issue. But really, it's a combination of all these issues.
It is a combination.
And we're hoping that more producers like Jason Blum crop up somewhere, and we'll see where that goes. Anyway, let's continue here. Blah blah blah. Joe Bob was talking about Clive Barker and showed Hellraiser as a final movie. Yeah, we saw that. Not saw the broadcast, but we saw that he was doing that. Love Joe Bob, man.
You're ignoring Don.
I'm just. I can't say anything about it. Let me see. Callum says, I look forward to reading and finishing Intensity. I also love Clive Barker. I own a collection of his with Weave and Cabal on it. I forgot the third. And I also have Hellbound Heart novella. Weave is my absolute favorite Clive Barker novel. I fucking love that. Right now I'm reading The Great and Secret Show, or rereading it. It's been a long time since I read it. And I forgot how fucking heady and involved it is. And you know, I'm having a blast, but it's one of those novels that you have to, if you understand the subtext that's going there, it's gonna get you super involved in what's going on. So I'm there. That's where I'm at. I'm like, man, there's so much allegory and metaphor going on here, but I love that about Clive. Let me see. Al continues. You got to get the right producer who loves the franchise. But then you get people like Amy Pascal. Pascal is poison. Yeah. Who doesn't have a fucking clue about the franchise she's handling. Yeah, man. She's got agendas, and she's like a mom that got to produce movies.
She's a good example of what Al was saying.
Yeah, definitely a great example of that. Callum continues, like they replaced the director and writer on the recent paranormal drama show Ghosted, which was on Fox until they canceled it. Started off original as fuck, and then over time totally changed. We're actually watching that.
You know what? I noticed that.
Yeah,
it's like really noticeable.
And it's so strange because the show does start off like Men in Black meets Ghostbusters. Yeah. Which, by the way, Al, you would probably enjoy the first half of the season of Ghosted, because it's Men in Black meets Ghostbusters, basically, and it was really fun. That's not to say that the second half isn't fun. It's just different. It's just such a dramatic turn that you're like, whoa. And I do like.
It seems like they try to make it more like The Office.
Yeah.
Even down to the way the camera moves constantly and all that stuff.
And I did like that they kind of weaved what was going on behind the scenes into the narrative of the show. That's kind of cool. But it is so strange, you know. It's one of those very noticeable, what the fuck moments.
Yeah.
Let me see. Al saw Ghosted. It was all right, but he lost track of it. Yeah, maybe it's not for everyone, but it is something of an idea of what you'd get to see if you saw Ghostbusters mixed with old Men in Black there. Men in Black more than Ghostbusters, obviously. But anyway, Al's got to bounce. He says, he says he wish he could stay longer, but he'll be on the next stream. Thank you, Al. Thanks for dropping by. Have fun. We'll drop by on your streams whenever we can, of course. And goodbye. I don't know why I did that, but there you go.
Really weird.
Let's see. Let's go on to the next question here, which is somewhere in the vicinity of where I'm scrolling and I'm buying time. Name a celebrity you think is lame.
I'll give you one that I think is both cool and lame, but I've been leaning towards lame more recently. Dean Koontz, and it's mainly because of his hair. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, his hair is whack. It's not good hair.
That's my actual answer, by the way.
I mean, that's a good answer because his fucking output it's very spotty. And the hair, really, the hair is...
Really, it's the hair for me.
The hair's not good.
The hair's terrible.
My answer would be... I mean, the obvious answer is Justin Bieber, but that's
even then, he's kind of like cooled off recently.
He still sucks, though.
Oh, he still does suck, yeah.
My answer would be Ellen.
Yeah.
Not only is she unfunny as fuck.
Ellen's freaking lame, dude.
but she's like let's say I thought some of her stuff was funny, then I'd be lame. That's the type of humor she has. It's like, oh man, this is fucking horrible. Anyway,
Jimmy Fallon is lame.
Jimmy Fallon is definitely
freaking lame.
That goes without saying, though.
The guy someone walks in, he's laughing. What is this?
He laughs at his own laughter.
He does.
Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Where are we at? Okay, what accomplishment are you most proud of?
I'll tell you what. I'll even bring up an image.
And it's I Like Dong.
It really is. It's our recent 100 subs!
Oh, we're at 100?
Yeah, we are. For some reason, it's not showing up. There you go. What?
I don't know how that happened.
What?
It certainly wasn't by producing quality content.
It definitely wasn't. What?
It certainly wasn't courtesy of empty chat rooms.
No, Callum's still there. I think.
Yeah, Callum's around.
Our boy Marcus freaking abandoned our asses.
Fucking Marcus is...
Hey.
Marcus is like a de facto producer on the show, and he's fucking abandoned.
He's lacking today.
Yeah, it's a pretty good accomplishment. I don't know how much we did to get those 100 subs, but it's something.
It's something. Of course, now that I showed it, we're gonna go drop down to like 3.
It's happened before.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm proud of, man. I usually feel proud of like when I finish writing something. I'm like, hell yeah, because it takes dedication and work to get through it. Even if it's good or not, you're just still like, fuck yeah, I finished that bullshit. So I guess that, well, you know.
Then into chat rooms, of course.
That's my biggest accomplishment. Empty in the chat rooms. This is where I'm at. Let me see. Which friends are you that's a lame question. We're proud of no friends.
Definitely not Marcus. You let us down
Yeah,
today.
what the fuck? Okay, here we get to what are your 3 favorite movies? Hit me with it.
Damn. That's a big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Take over right now. I'm going to say Big Lebowski's one of them.
Yeah, Big Lebowski's one of mine also.
Yeah.
Big Lebowski, I'm going to say... Oh, man, this is harder.
It's super hard.
Big Lebowski, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and...
Creep.
No, fuck Creep. And... Shit, I don't know, man. I don't know what to put in third part there. Big Lebowski, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know. You got 2 of yours at least?
I got Big Lebowski. I'm just going to pull one that I watched a shit ton because that's easier for me. I'd say Evil Dead 2.
It's a good
one
choice.
I can pop in anytime.
It's a good old choice.
And enjoy.
I guess my third one, I'd have to give it to... Shit, this is hard. I'm going to give it to No Country for Old Men. So I got 2 Coen brothers in my list there. Now I feel like a cheat. Man, this little shark stinks like shit.
That's not good, huh?
Anyway.
I'm just gonna freaking placeholder one and put one in there for now. I'm gonna say, oh man, even that's hard. Woo! Watchmen. I'll say Watchmen.
Alright.
I know it's, just for now.
Order, no, that's a dumbass question. What? This is stupider. What paper that you've written are you most proud of?
Yeah.
Not answer that at all.
Horrible.
Oh, here's a good one. What would you do? What would you do if you were invisible for a day?
Oh man, I would definitely be spying on people.
Yeah, that's a given.
Yeah.
You're gonna find out everything everybody thinks about you.
Oh.
And or.
Yeah, it would be worse than that. I would be in closets. I'll be going in there.
So you'd be a Pee-Pee Tom.
Pretty much. Yeah, I'd be like Kevin Bacon. I don't know if he was a Pee-Pee Tom.
Kevin Bacon in the Hollow Man was a downright pervert.
Yeah.
Creep.
I'll be like Kevin Bacon.
And how the fuck can you see a dick
with a small
even though
penis.
he's invisible?
Yeah, with a small penis would be the only difference.
If I was invisible for a day, depends how close I am to Scarlett Johansson or Emma Stone.
Yeah.
If I was close to them, answer is Peeping Tom.
Big time.
And if I wasn't close to them, oh man. It would be both a privilege and a burden to know what the fuck people think about you. The question is, how are you going to walk in on the precise circumstance when they're talking about you? Answer, you're not. You're probably going to walk in on them getting naked and you're going to be like, oh man, I saw that guy's penis, that sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's not Kevin Bacon.
Who would you like to live like for a day?
Kevin Bacon.
Invisible Kevin Bacon.
Hell yeah.
That's the answer.
He's got a big old ween.
Oh, we already answered that one in the last episode. If you could live... No, that's stupid.
Oh, that's good.
If you could live in any TV home, what would it be?
Roseanne, so I could get canceled.
You just wanted to say that, didn't you?
Not really. I was actually going to say Married with Children so I could be canceled.
So you could have an awful last season?
Yeah.
So what's your
I
answer?
got nothing, actually.
Great. I don't know, man. I guess Malcolm in the Middle would be pretty cool.
I mean, we basically live there.
Yeah, except, you know... No, yeah, we basically did live there. Never mind. So I guess we're just feeding in our own... Stewing in our own feces.
Yeah, we are.
Would you rather live a week in the past or the future? It depends how far in the past or the future we're talking. I'm assuming they mean extreme past or extreme future. Or at least relatively extreme, like 50s. Let's say that's...
Yeah.
Let's go by the Back to the
What
Future
about the
standards.
future?
Future, like, I don't know, 50 years ahead.
50 years?
Yeah.
I'll go, wait, how long? For a week?
Yeah.
I'll go future. And get as much knowledge. And then go back.
That's the way to go. Of course, then we have nothing to invest. So
That's a good point.
So there's that.
But I'll know what happens.
Yes.
I'll know what happens to $10 Slimer. And make sure and give up 50 years earlier.
It would be like, oh, hey, I can't find $10. Oh, that's right. They fucking sucked.
I got empty chat rooms and shit.
Let's see. What's your favorite holiday? I think the answer across the board here for us is Halloween.
I'm a pretty big fan of
Oh, it's different.
George Washington Carver. I'm sure he has a date.
George Washington Carver.
Yeah, I'm sure he has a date.
Where everybody gets diabetes from eating peanut butter.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that question.
Why?
It
What was
sucked.
it?
It's if you could only eat 3 foods the rest of your life, what would they be?
Oh yeah, that's bad. Go.
Man, these questions are getting shit.
You picked them.
No, I just picked a random fucking survey. Let's see.
What's a great book you've read recently?
What's your favorite? Yeah, let's not do that. Yeah, great book you've read recently. Take it away, Johnny.
Marmaduke Apocalypse.
That's a pretty good book.
I mean, I've only read freaking Jurassic Park recently. So Jurassic Park, I guess. With the abrupt-ass raptor lair ending.
Well, I'm currently reading Great and Secret Show. I have read it before. It is great. So I guess that.
Yeah.
But before that, what the hell did I read before that? It was a Stephen King book, and I can't remember which one specifically it was. I know I was rereading it, so it was great. So that's a blind answer if I ever fucking came across one.
You mean that one Stephen King book I read that I can't remember?
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Oh man.
Go back.
If you could ask your pet three questions, what would they be? One, are you happy or what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's one.
I would be like, what do you think of on the day to day?
Man, yeah, they gotta be in like some prison status thinking.
Yeah.
Like fuck this.
Like, I used to be hunters.
Yeah.
Now we're just like freaking chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool.
Watching
shooting some b-ball outside of the school.
Watching some fat guys be lame.
Yeah.
I like how the dog just crept into the scene. By the way. I think really. Oh.
Why does your
look?
Why does your breath reek like ass?
I think the answer is she's happy.
Yeah.
I hope. We did kind of find her and take her.
She might be someone's.
So she might be damn near suicidal.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, suicidal dogs aside, that's really the only important question I would ask.
Yeah, what
the
are
dog.
you thinking?
Are you happy? No, you know what? Second question would be, how the fuck do I properly train your ass to shit outside?
Yeah.
Because this sporadic, yes, maybe I'm shitting, no, I'm not shitting thing, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Anyway. What, no, that's lame. Who would, oh, this is a good one. I mean, it's not, but it is. Who would play you in a movie of your life? My answer is immediately Jonah Hill.
Danny DeVito.
No, you're not Danny DeVito material. You gotta be Danny DeVito material to be played by Danny DeVito.
She's got something on her ear.
This is a good answer right here.
Who's fat and lame? Oh, I would be that annoying background guy that's in all those movies.
Oh, that guy sucks.
Hideous faced guy. That or Harry Knowles. He's fat guy.
Is that the actual answer?
I can't think of anyone fat and lame.
Well, they don't have to be fat, they're actors.
Morgan Freeman.
That's a good answer.
Yeah,
Clearly the answer.
It's clearly the right answer.
And you could ask him about his fucking hand.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I would pick? Christian Bale to play me, just to see him put on all the weight and probably die.
And he would too.
Yeah, he would. That's
Who else put on a ton of fucking weight?
Jared Leto.
Oh yeah, and this movie sucked.
Yeah, wasn't even worth it.
I want somebody to be on the sidelines going, fucking movie wasn't even worth it, you turd. Kind of dislike Jared Leto, but then I kind of don't sometimes.
He seems like he's kind of a butt.
Yeah, he seems a little pretentious. Yeah, that little green outfit of his.
Even the jacket.
Yeah. Let me see. What living person other than family members do you most admire? Lame.
We kind of already did that one.
What was your favorite family vacation? None.
Yeah, we don't have vacation.
If you could choose your own nickname, what would it be? Shut the fuck up. Who's the funniest person you know? Not me. What's the favorite thing about one of your grandparents? Well, we only had one really, and she wasn't an anus like the rest. So that's the greatest fucking thing right there.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, my favorite thing about my grandmother was her fucking horror stories, man. That was my shit right there. Yeah. I always wanted to record them. Should have. Because now she's dead. Anyway.
Moving on.
Do you ever talk to yourself? Yes. Let's see.
This is the worst.
I'm trying to find.
This has gone downhill big time.
Man, these questions.
What's your favorite smell? Just answer it. What's your favorite smell in the world?
No, I'm not going to answer that. That's garbage. Also garbage.
You're supposed to vet these questions.
No, because then you peek at the questions and you're like, I already know these questions.
But it's better in ending up with a situation like this.
No, it's not. It's not like we're playing for anyone here. We got zero people.
That's a good point.
Let me see. What is the sound you love the most? The sound of silence in a chat room.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Let me see.
The sound of Marcus backstabbing our asses.
Man, these questions are something else, aren't they?
Just pick one.
I'm trying to. They're all awful. You could pick a new first name. See,
oh yeah.
Fine. If you could pick a new first name, what would it be? Or you said just pick one. That's the one we're going with.
I would go with
Fishmonger Joe. Is that it?
Ballsack Joe. Actually, is what I was gonna go with.
I think I'm gonna go with Fishmonger Joe.
That's a good one.
Sad part.
Yeah,
let me see. If you had to leave Earth on a spaceship and take 4 friends with you, who would they be?
We would have to have 4 friends. Bananas.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to take anyone with me that are friends. They don't know jack shit about space.
Yeah.
Be dead in a second.
Take freaking Buzz Aldrin. Hey, you know what happened? Freaking Michael didn't show up today.
Yeah, Buzz Aldrin's with him.
Yeah. He took Buzz Aldrin to space.
Well, he's like in sleeping time over there.
Yeah, that's true.
Let me see. What is my favorite movie quote?
I don't know.
You're good at this.
I got none,
I'm the one getting criticized and you're not even answering the questions?
All right, I got none. I don't think about movie quotes 24/7.
Yeah, you do.
Do I?
I heard you quote a movie like 10 minutes ago. Or I should say 10 minutes before we started streaming.
What was it?
I don't know. I'm lying.
All right. Cake or pie? Pie,
pie, obviously.
Yeah, pie.
Like if I got married, I'm having a pie.
Pie is superior, and it's just for you too.
Yeah, if the chick is not with me on the pie, marriage is over.
Yeah.
Annul that shit. I don't want to hear anything about no damn cake. I want pie, damn it.
That being said, I do enjoy a good birthday cake every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of homemade cakes. Homemade cakes kind of suck.
Right.
That's it.
Maybe
Although I can make a mean cake, I will say.
You can, man, this little dog.
Yeah, this little dog
is wanting some attention.
She's trying to save the stream.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, you failed.
All right. Next question is, who is the kindest person you know? Dog?
Our grandma.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And this dog, too.
It's definitely the kindest person I've ever encountered. What is the best part about having siblings? Well, one of them can fix air conditioning if the trouble comes up.
Unfortunately, he'll charge you twice the amount because he's a cheap bastard.
Man, that's true, man.
Yeah.
It's not good. The other one stinks, so that's pretty good.
The other one's me.
Anyway, the next one. What is the scariest movie you've ever seen?
Oh,
that's a good one.
Scariest movie I've ever seen.
The first movie that legitimately scared me was, and I don't know if this still holds true.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I haven't seen it since then, and it's a Spanish movie called Hasta el viento tiene miedo, which translates to Even the Wind is Afraid. They remade it. It's not the remake I'm talking about. It's the old one from the 60s, I think, or maybe 70s. That was the first movie that scared me. Again, haven't seen it since then. Saw it twice, but haven't seen it since the second time I saw it, which was in the 90s. Anyway, after that, and subsequently every time I watched it, the other movie that chilled me to the bone, if you will, was Suspiria. And it remains the only movie that has scared me. There's been movies that unsettled me or that had little creepy things in there, for sure. But one that consistently throughout scares me is Suspiria.
I can't think of the last movie that scared me. I can give you the last, like fully. I mean, like you.
Yeah, the entire product.
But I can give you the last time I got spooked and it lasted.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually The Ring. That one jump scare.
Is that
not the movie? That one jump scare.
Which one? Oh, at the beginning?
Yeah, the one with the dead ass corpse in the corner. Yeah. Mainly because I had to go into the corner of your home back in the day a lot. And I was like, man, that little corpse is going to be there. It's going to spook me.
That was a good movie. That was a good remake.
I don't even remember the movie. I just remember that bit.
It's a good one. It's good. It's one of the few good remakes.
Oh, also the alien crossing the little area and signs. That used to spook me.
Yeah, that's a good little
Mainly
scene.
Because the first time I saw that clip was literally on a random TV. And you know how it's like a news clip in the movie? Mm-hmm. I was like, oh man, aliens are here!
Now, truth be told, if aliens were here, would you be afraid?
Probably.
I think everybody
I think
would.
at first you would be.
I mean,
it depends on their intentions, I guess.
Like if they're vague, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All you're seeing is like these sporadic appearances.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're not getting some big announcement.
Yeah.
Like the V announcement, you know, I could see like a large portion of the populace going, the fuck? And the other portion going, hell yeah, aliens, bitch. But I'm just talking like general alien weirdness is going on. You know, fucking UFOs appearing. You know, shit like in Signs. Probably be shit in my pants. My little loons.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to the next one here. Okay, I think I know the answer to this one. For you, who's your celebrity crush? Hit it.
You know it?
My guess is Oscar.
Oh, yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. I was going to go with George Washington Carver, but I think you got a better one, yeah.
I thought it was... Wait a minute. Hold on. You were going to go with George Washington Carver.
It was.
Well, that's just wrong. But
hey, the guy made freaking peanut butter, dude.
Is that your answer, though?
Yeah.
Not George Washington Carver.
No, Oscar.
Oscar?
Yeah.
WWE?
Or the Shark.
Asiatic hottie.
Dude, I would pump her b-hole.
I don't know what's going on in wrestling for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Because my feed went to shit. So I'm going to assume she's still hot. And that they haven't story-wise ruined her to the point of being unhot.
Yeah, I doubt that. Yeah. I will say that the excitement for this upcoming thing tomorrow is apparently everybody just wants it to end so that the next event will come. So I guess we're not alone there.
For her? Or
no,
everything.
The event. They're just like, well, I guess this is a necessary stop. Let's ignore it. Baron Corbin has a match against Finn Balor, so that's bound to suck.
Anyway. Mine, I got a few.
Is it Emma Clone?
Emma Stone is definitely one of them. Emma Clone, her clone, is another.
Yeah. Al Smith is one of them.
Al Smith is one of them.
Yeah.
It's not, but
it's pretty sexy guy.
Emma Stone, yeah, with his new body is pretty good. Emma Stone is one of them.
Yeah.
And Lord is another one.
Yeah.
And
Marcus.
old ScarJo.
Yeah.
And I think that would be it for me. That's my Three Stooges of hotness. I don't know why they're Stooges,
yeah,
but
they're Stooges. I would go with Mo and Larry. And
okay, if you had to bang one of the Stooges, who would it be?
Champ.
No, you got to go with the ones that everybody
classics?
knows.
Damn.
Obviously, it would be Champ.
Damn.
That's who I would bang anyway.
Definitely not Curly.
Is it Curly Joe Dorita?
That doesn't count.
Is it
why is this the one we put the most thought into? That's sad.
What was the other fucking asshole that sucked?
Emil Sitka?
No,
Joe Besser?
Joe Besser.
Yeah.
Man, that fucking piece of shit. That's not a stooge. I don't care how much they try to tell me he's a stooge. I can't even abide Joe Dorita. I won't, but I can if I have to. Joe Besser gets no fucking sympathy from me.
Hey, let's take out all the violence from the freaking Three Stooges. That's a good idea.
It's the best idea they've ever done.
I guess Mo.
Bang Mo?
No, I'll go with Larry.
You could just transfer Mo's hair to Dean Koontz and...
Yeah, it's a good...
That'll be that.
I feel like Larry, if you put a wig on him, he might look like an ugly woman.
Yeah.
Right?
He might look like Stoop Chrome.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, you didn't answer.
What? Oh, which one would I bet? Yeah, I said, obviously I would go with Shemp.
Oh, yeah.
But if I didn't have... If Shemp's not an option, clearly I would bang Curly Joe Dorita.
He's pretty odd, dude.
Of the three, if I had to bang one, yeah, fuck.
That's why why is this question taking so long?
I don't know, man. Because Shemp is really the only option.
Yeah, it really is, dude.
Here. I guess Mo is the closest to Shemp, so I'd go with old Mo there.
You know what Mo did? Mo was kind of a handsome dude when he didn't have his stooge hair.
Not when he was 100 and he was trying to do the same things.
Oh, yeah, that's just sad.
That's just sad, man. I mean, let the guy rest.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mo's dead. So, so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah. Let's see. What fictional character do you wish you could meet?
The Curly Joe Dorita.
Oh, I'll meet him for you. Right.
Which fictional character would I want to meet? Which freaking Batman? No, he'd be an asshole. Batman.
Batman?
Yeah.
What are you gonna tell Batman?
Well, I'm meeting him.
Yeah, but what are you gonna tell him?
No, that's a
you're
good...
just meeting him?
Yeah,
like,
that's a good point.
Hey, guy, what's up?
I would have nothing to tell him.
He would probably be pissed as fuck that you found out his little hair.
Damn, that's a good point. I'll get
my lair.
I'll get my shit beat, dude. The take. It would be amusing to me.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah.
He'd probably kill you somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
No, he seems to care for Arthur quite a bit.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, it would be. The tick seems like he'd be a good friend.
It's a pretty good option.
Yeah.
My answer would be Archie.
Damn you. But you wouldn't get laid.
That's alright, man. You kind of live vicariously through people.
Yeah, you're like, hey, this is my boy Archie.
This is my boy Archie getting all that B&D. P stands for pussy, in case you didn't know. Anyway. Let's go. Next. That's lame. Here we go down Lame Avenue again. Okay, I just stopped in the random one. If you could shop for free at one store, which one would you choose? And it turned out to be an okay one. It's not great,
no,
but it's okay.
Does that have to be like a local store?
No, it's any fucking store. You
can shop for free. Online stores?
Well, no, yeah. If you mean like place you visit, yes, it's online. It just gives you access to everything in the fucking world.
I was gonna pull a freaking wild card and say
Amazon.
or eBay.
That's a fucking cheat right
instantly win. Burlington Coat Factory.
What's that fucking guy's name? Bob, or whatever the fuck his name was.
Bob Burlington?
What was his name?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The spokesperson.
You had a spokesperson?
He had... Burlington Coat Factory is a he now? Oh no, wait, I'm thinking of Men's Warehouse with that fucking dude.
Yeah.
You know, what's his name? Bodingle or what the fuck? Anyway.
Good looking Joe. I don't
Well,
know.
if you could shop at a store for free, which is not really shopping, by the way. If you could take shit from a store for free, and they would be like, "Cool, dude, take it."
I
What
guess
store would it be?
that new comic place we found was pretty rad.
That is pretty rad.
Or that guy at that swap meet that had all those badass toys. You know the one.
Which one?
You know the one.
I do?
Fox.
Oh yeah.
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 Because he had the original Xenomorph, the Kenner one that there's only like 3 of in the wild.
That's right, man. That was
So
a good
that
one.
guy.
Just take his shit and bankrupt him.
The guy that you tricked into thinking you were a Texan oil mogul or some shit like that. Remember that?
What? Oh, him?
Yeah.
Same guy?
Yeah, it was the same
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't an oil mogul, but
guy. You were definitely Texan.
I definitely was Texan
And rich.
And rich as fuck.
So I assumed it was an
which
oil
is
mogul.
super fake.
Yeah.
It's clearly not true. At least the rich part. Anyway, if I had to, I'd probably pick Barnes & Noble.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got a good selection of books, obviously, but they also get their little grubby mitts on some high-end toys.
Yeah.
So that would be cool. Hey, dogs! How about you don't fucking... Man, these little fucking dogs are all over the place. Anyway. Let me see. Which celebrity chef would you most like to fix you a meal? Anthony Bourdain. Because that would be one hell of a meal that
That's
comes
a
from
good-
beyond.
That's a good point.
Man, that would be... ghost meal.
Guy Fieri just like a punch his dick.
He would serve you the meal and you punch his dick?
Yeah.
Or would you punch his dick before the meal?
Or
during the
during
meal.
the meal.
So he'd fall on the griddle.
Yeah.
Best option.
Dogs.
Dogs.
Flip,
Hey, you
yo.
wanna... Behind the scenes, dogs are biting each other. Let me see. What would you rather be... I don't know. That's a terrible question. We haven't gone to the beach, so fuck that question.
If you could be anywhere else right now, where would it be?
Anywhere.
Anywhere. Hell. I'll take hell.
If someone made a movie of your life, would it be a drama, a comedy, romantic comedy,
It'd be like
action film, or a science fiction?
It'd be like a tragic comedy where you laugh at the subject.
Yeah, I think mine would be the same.
Yeah.
Tragic comedy. Very, very, a lot of black humor. And I don't mean like Afrocentric humor. I mean like dark humor.
Well, Ernie Hudson would be playing me, so.
Yeah, Ernie Hudson would be playing both of us. And the movies just combine into one, so everybody's like, who's who, damn it?
Yeah.
And it's just him sitting there
Yeah.
smoking. I don't know why you'd smoke.
Being in an empty chat room.
Let me see. Name a product or service you love so much that you'd happily be the company spokesperson.
Bananagrams.
I mean, we don't love that at all.
No,
so
but
it's
we're
not a
kind
good
of
example.
unofficial
spokespeople.
Scott Joplin music. We're unofficial spokesman there. We're talking actually love.
Yeah.
Oh man, a product. So it can't be like a movie.
No, it's gotta be
Yeah, it's gotta be like a
little food you like, or a
food
little
product. I'll tell you.
item you like to
I'll
use.
tell you what it'd be. It'd be a Utz brand pretzels
This stream is brought to you by Utz.
because they're pretty good.
They're a couple of assholes.
Look, try one. It's actually quite
All
good.
right, I'm gonna try this Utz. Let me see what's up with this Utz. Let me see what's Utz.
No,
Hold on. That tasted weird. I put it on my tongue and it tasted weird.
it's got a weird initial flavor, but you kind of get used to it. It's pretty good.
Look at it says sourdough, but that's not what I'm getting.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like sour. It just tastes like pretzel. Good pretzel.
Oh, weird initial taste. You're right. So Utz is my answer.
That or a neon eraser brand.
If you were guaranteed to be successful in a different profession, what would you want to do?
Successful, guaranteed to be successful. Well, in a different profession. We don't have a profession, but we're guaranteed success. So I guess YouTube, because we're clearly failing at it now. But anyways,
I'd like to be a filmmaker. Didn't go to film school twice. Not that that would have guaranteed any success. I'm just saying, kind of threw that opportunity out the window. But it is a difficult job, and you know,
It's
guaranteed profession. I mean, success would be pretty much a seal the deal kind of thing.
yeah,
So that would
yeah,
be cool.
yeah.
Let's see. As a child, when did you wish to become what? Oh, what did you wish to become when you grew up?
I never had anything.
Nothing.
No.
Man, this pretzel sucks.
Oh, it's great.
It's terrible.
Why am I hurt?
Oh man, yeah.
That's so good.
I don't know. I just ate one, right? I felt like I was eating 10 of them.
Well, you're supposed to eat it slow. You eat it like freaking quicker than like a sphinx.
I'm just finishing it right now. It's been over a minute.
Well, you're also supposed to have some sort of drink when you eat pretzels. Otherwise, the pretzel will make you thirsty.
Ah, speaking of which, I was watching Seinfeld recently.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Anyway, next. I mean, what's you didn't have anything you wanted to be as a kid?
Not really. I was one of those guys that'd be like, oh, I'll do this. Kind of want to do that, but I never had a dream job. It was just like, yeah, it'd be kind of cool to do that. The closest would be like a special makeup effects guy. Would be the closest one, because that one lasted a while. And I would still like to do that. That'd be pretty rad.
My first dream was to be a writer. Then after that, I decided this was actually what I was going to go to school first. At first, I even took some summer courses that were like prep courses for it, and that was a mortician. And really, that's what I should have gone for. One, it would have been solid work.
Yeah, business never
Death
dies.
is always in business.
Well, I guess dies constantly. Thus, the business is always alive.
Second, it would allow a lot of private time, which is really what I prize.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been solid ass work right there. It's a shame I didn't do that. And then, of course, I wanted to be a filmmaker. Got accepted to 2 schools, film school. The first one I didn't go to, even though I had a full paid scholarship, because they said, hey, you didn't sign up in time for this, so you have to wait a year. So then I went and accepted enrollment in another school, which was at the time a specific film school at Santa Fe in New Mexico, and got accepted there and just didn't go. Don't know why.
So that's the thing.
That's the thing. I remember vampires being shot up there around those ages. They shot a lot of movies in that area.
Okay.
Yeah, around that time. Anyway, that's weird.
They shoot Preacher in New Mexico.
Do they?
No.
Must visit set. Let's see. If you I just answered that as a child. Just answered that. What's the worst thing you did as a kid? I answered this in the last thing, in the last live stream.
Worst thing I did as a kid? I don't know. I wasn't really a troublemaker, really, was I? I burned the carpet once, almost.
You shot yourself so many times in a row that somebody had to clean your ass with a shower curtain. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. No, I remember one time I was playing. I made these little paper airplanes, and I don't know why I thought it'd be cool to light them on fire and fly them, and I did that, and then one of them landed on Mom's carpet and caught on fire, and I was like, shit! And it started. I turned it off. I extinguished the flame. Much like the flame has been extinguished from this chat room. Anyway, extinguished the flame, and I was like, all right, we're good. I'll just cover it, because she had a bunch of little mini rugs in there. So I covered it with a mini rug, and it just happened to look okay. Grandma smelled the smell and came in like, what are you doing? And I'm like, nothing. Meanwhile, I'm covered in smog and smoke. But she didn't ask any questions. That's all right. So half a year passes, maybe even more. And our mom's cleaning her room, and I just hear screaming, and she found the old burn spot, and I was like, oh, I don't know what happened. So that was the thing. You almost burned the house down once too.
Yeah, with the mattress.
Yeah.
So I guess we're arsonists.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna end it on that. burning fire.
Yeah.
Quite the opposite of the way this ended.
Yeah.
This has been Ahab and the Goontick. The world's lamest live stream.
We didn't even get to the pictures.
We didn't even get to the cool stuff. The point is, maybe next time, hit like, share, subscribe.
There's 0 people watching right now.
Hit like, share, subscribe. Hit those notification buttons. We are, in fact, out.